Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Chi. I'm Chi with Divine Vibrations with Chi, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel today for week 13 of the My Soul Challenge. That's right. So if you've been following me before, you know that I've been doing this Oracle Card Challenge program for self-improvement, self-awareness, uh, emotional, mental, spiritual, just how about everything growth? And it's called the My Soul Challenge by Dr. Renee Purdy. She's awesome. I recommend that you definitely pick up one of these if you're looking for some inspiration, a change, a way to flip the script a little bit and bring some positivity into your life. This is a great way. And I will put a link into the description box and to her website, and you can pick it up. You can also go to Amazon. It is an amazing program, and I've been doing it for 13 weeks. So thank you so much for joining me today as I do that. And I'm going to go ahead and unbox another Oracle card set. And the reason I'm doing this one today, along with the My Soul Challenge, is because I've been seeing a whole lot of synchronicities and coincidences, and I've kind of been digging into what that means, and I'll talk a little bit more about that also in this video, and then we'll open this deck as well. But let's get started with the My Soul Challenge. So this week is week 13. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe. Well, I can. I am feeling awesome. Ever since I started doing the My Soul Challenge, I feel like I've just been on cloud nine. Like every week, it's been something that I have been putting into my life that has helped me be my best self. And why wouldn't you want to do that, right? Like, of course, that's the best part, is being the best self that you can be for yourself. And that leads to immense gifts from the universe because you are aligning yourself with the universe and your soul path, right? Like, I think a lot of us are like these spiritual beings in this suitcase of a body that come here and are lost as to why we're here. And this has really just helped me tap into more of that. So let's actually start the day with my affirmations, because if you guys have seen my videos before, I like to do affirmations. And this is my affirmations toolbox. It's got all the chakra colors. It's so bright, happy, beautiful. I just love this little basket. And I put affirmations in there, and we'll just let the universe decide what our affirmation of the day is. There's like, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a ton. And they used to be like full to the top. And I'm not even going to look, but I'm going to take the top one of those two. And let's see what it says. It says, I know and accept my true self. Oh, yeah. That is so hard for so many of us, right? Because we feel like somebody is scrutinizing us, or other people are looking at us and like going, oh, you're weird. Well, be your weird self. Be who you are, because that's going to lead you to your true happiness. It's going to lead you to your life path, your soul goal, if you will. That's awesome. That is an amazing affirmation. And if you can affirm that and you believe that, go ahead and put it in the description box or in the chat box right there. I'd love to hear from you. I love it when people send me messages, and I do return my messages to people that leave me a message. And if you like my channel, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and it'll tell you when I upload new and upcoming videos. So thank you. That is an amazing affirmation. Being one's true self is, people think it's like difficult, but it's actually not. You're actually living a more difficult life trying to be somebody else and what other people want you to be, right? Your society, your friend group, your social circle. But in actuality, being who you are, whether you think that that's different, and I call it unique, and even funky is cool to me. Like, for example, Cardi B. Cardi B is Cardi B, and has hit the pinnacle of her success because that lady is herself. She is unique and she doesn't care about what other people say. She's Cardi B and she owns who she is and she is who she is. And so she's found success. She's found the flow in who she is. And therefore, that's led to what she's divinely come here to do, whether that's entertainment, whether that's to be a leader in her community, whether that's to be a very modern woman in this society that's run by men and the boss. Cardi B is the boss. And I love that about her because she's herself. So if we could all just accept and be ourselves, we too can find that flow that we all desire so much to be and to be accepted. And I think when you just say, I don't give a F about anybody else and what they're doing, that's when the divine rewards come to you because you are being your divine self. So hopefully this helps somebody out there. Even if it helps one person out there, that is awesome. It helps me to be my true self. I love it. All right, so on to the My Soul Challenge. So last week, let's see, it was week 12, and it was do like pay it forward kind of thing, like buy a drink in the drive-through for somebody, give somebody anonymous something nice. I like to just donate money to organizations that help the homeless. I like to give away money to the homeless because let's be honest, it's not our place to judge. All of us are like literally one little hair from being in that place. And it is something that we should really like not be so judgmental about. I know that there's a lot of people suffering out there, and sometimes just making someone's day by doing something nice is tremendously rewarding for the person who is the giver. So it was an amazing, fun week for me, being that, and also just doing something nice for somebody without, wanting something in return for it. So that was last week's challenge. So let's see what this week holds for us and what, a whole bunch fell out. Let's see which one. I'm going to just shuffle these and let's see which the universe, out of the ones that fell out, if one of these pops out. Oops. That one. So true. So true. Wait till you hear this one. All right. It says, it's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. Henry David Thoreau. It's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. Isn't that the truth? So many of us can look at the same thing and have different perspectives. Look at what's happening in our world today, even with the virus, with our economy, with the social problems that are going on in our communities. All of us are looking at the same thing, but not all of us share the same perspective, do we? One person can look at something and go, wow, that is totally wrong on this person's behalf. And another person standing right there can look at it and go, no. It's this other person that's wrong, not that person, and vice versa. And so it's our perception, right? It's not what you're looking at as much as it's what you individually perceive or see. And that can change depending on the person. Let's see what the challenge says. Let's see if I interpreted that right, the way that the author wanted us to. So look at that. I'm so super proud, you guys. Look at that. The My Soul Challenge. And look, I'm on the yellows. So that means this is level 3, week 13. And scan my card. Let's see what it says. Let's turn on the light here. So these cards are so cool because they have these barcodes, and they coincide with the app that the author has made. This is amazing. I love it. It's fun. And it's a great way to better yourself. Like, I know a lot of people don't like self-help, and some people don't admit to it, but why wouldn't you want to help yourself and help yourself be a better self, right? I love it. I love it. I'm always striving to be better than I was yesterday. The only competition I have is not with another person, it's with myself. And I think that that's all that matters, is the competition of, are you better than you were yesterday, right? A better human being. So let's see what this challenge leads to, the 7-day challenge. All right, it says, reflect on the positive aspects of your day. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Today I'm wearing my unfiltered shirt because I'm, and I'm not talking about beer. I just feeling unfiltered. I'm going through an unfiltered stage in my life where I just don't give a rat's ass. I'm just saying it like it is, because I think it needs to be said. So watch out. Feeling unfiltered. Says about this challenge, is the glass half full or half empty? It depends on how you look at it, your perception and mindset. These significantly impact health and happiness, how you make decisions, and how you live your life. A positive outlook on life leads to less stress, hormone production, which is true. That would be your adrenal glands. So when your adrenaline, right, fight or flight, those are responses to trauma or an acute. Most of the time, it's like an acute, not so good situation going on. And so when you are faced with fight or flight, our adrenal glands start pumping adrenaline. And adrenaline it's not necessarily a good thing all the time. So when your body is being bombarded with adrenaline, and your adrenal glands, there's two of them, and they sit on top of your, I believe, your kidneys, and it pumps adrenaline into your bloodstream. And so you start to get jittery, you start to get antsy, anxious. And being an anxious person myself, it's not really good to keep going back and forth, with adrenaline. It's all right sometimes, and athletes really get that boost of adrenaline right before an event or a race or a game. And those are not necessarily a bad thing, but there are other chemicals and factors that are maybe sometimes in positive ways that are help to mitigate that adrenaline boost. But if you're feeling adrenaline because of stress all the time, that is a no bueno kind of thing, folks. And you don't want that happening all the time. And it leads to a lot of other negative factors like behavioral factors, anxiety, weight gain, mental health, negative mental health factors. So it says, a positive outlook on life leads to less stress hormone production, more feel-good endorphins. So you want endorphins? Yes, you do. And increased happiness and motivation, and increased overall well-being. Who doesn't want that? I love it. Each night, reflect or write about the positive aspects of your day to help develop a positive mindset. So that I did do previous to this. So I don't know if any of you have seen my videos before where I've mentioned that I was in some pretty tough, super negative relationships. And those relationships really took a lot out of me. And they actually took away my respect. And I let that happen because I continue to stay with people out of the idea of love. But love is a reciprocal thing. If somebody is abusive, or whether it's verbal, emotional, spiritual, physical, abuse is abuse. And sometimes people are manipulative, and they use words and unkind ways to keep you trapped, right? And so until you look at what's going on in that situation, it's really hard sometimes to work your way out of it. And I totally understand that, because even myself recognizing that that relationship was a negative relationship, found myself struggling to find a really good positive way out of it. And because it's an exchange between two people, and there's not just one person, and you can't just, and especially if you like share children with that person, or maybe it's a situation at work, maybe it's a housemate or a neighbor or a family member that you can't just divorce. So there's a lot of reasons why writing down what is positive in your day, even when things are just going sour and bad. And I'm telling you, it was years of really bad treatment from this person. And even trying to get out of it, it was like, even when I wasn't sharing a home with this person, they were still bombarding me with negative things. So finding a positive thing about my day, that I did with my children, something I did for myself, something I did with a friend, something I did for a friend, or just writing all the good things down that happened that day. Because let's be honest, even on bad days, the universe blesses us with blessings and good things. And the more you focus on the good things that are happening in your life, it is the law of attraction. It will bring you more good things. And then it turns the table of positive and negative energy. And all of a sudden, that balance starts coming back to your life. And even you see a boost in all the good things that are happening in your life, right? And that's kind of where I'm at right now in my life. It's like after so many years of negative things, but trying to focus, even if it's one thing good that happened to you, write it down. And then take a moment. Like, I usually try to go back every couple weeks or so. I'll go back and I'll look in my journal. And my journal has like a whole bunch of hearts on it, right? That's my daily journal. And I have poems in there or positive phrases. I'll write down something I found. I'll write down something inspirational. I'll write down my thoughts, whatever. I'll draw, I'll doodle my dreams, my ideas. And then I will go back and I will look at those. And they inspire me later, because I'm like, oh, yes, it's not all bad. This good thing happened and that good thing happened. And my life isn't shitty after all, right? It's not. You're alive. It's not shitty. There is potential for it to be just amazing, because it is. You just got to find the amazing things in it each and every day. And I'm with you. Sometimes it's super hard to find those amazing things. But once you start with that positive mindset, it like snowballs, I think. And then you become unfiltered like me. But I'll tell you, I have my bad days too. But those positive things help me push through those bad days. So I encourage you to write down the positive things in life, even if it is I'm alive. Still alive. The crudes. Write down one positive thing from each day is the challenge inspiration. Identify positive aspects of a situation, even if it's negative. Like yesterday, I found a way to stand up for myself. So that's the thing I'm going through right now, is I was a pushover and a people pleaser, and I would let people push me over, and I wouldn't really stand up for myself, what I felt. And now I just talk to the hand. I'm sorry. Bye bye. I'll see you later, because I'm not doing that. No, no, that doesn't make me feel good. So I'm not going to do it. And not just because of an encumbrance to your family or a friendship. No, no, nothing is worth your own self-respect, and you should never compromise your own self-worth and being for somebody else's comfort and wellness. It should be your wellness first. Put on that oxygen mask first for yourself before you can put it on for somebody else. Avoid comparing yourself to others. I love that one. There is only one you. There's only one me. There is not even in the same family, not even a twin. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. There isn't another person like you. There isn't. And think about that. Think how powerful that is. Think about what that is. There is not another soul, being, body, organism like you. There's only one you. Now, isn't that just pretty spectacular? Like, I think that that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. And if you could see how phenomenal that is, I think you would just be like, because we're all here for a special reason. And I know like some people are like, everybody thinks they're special and maybe you're special ed or whatever. No, 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 no. You're just special. And you have to believe that. And I don't care what you look like. And you might think you're the ugliest person on the earth. You're not. You chose on a different dimension, in a different realm to come here and travel in this freaking suitcase, whatever that might be. And that's part of your life challenge. That's part of your mission, should you choose to accept to live it out. And you choose to live in this organism. It kind of reminds me of Vincent D'Onofrio in, what is that, Men in Black, when he's a cockroach and he's from a different planet, but he has a Vincent D'Onofrio human suit. And he thinks it's ugly and it thinks it stinks, but he's a cockroach, you know? And he loves being the cockroach that he is, but he hates being the human that he is. I love that. I was like, you know, you got to love what you're wearing, baby. You got to love what you're being. So avoid comparing yourself to others. At the end of the day, identify one great thing about your day or about yourself. Reflect on the good things that happened that day. Write down at least one good thing about it. Let go of stressors and write down what you're grateful for. Even if it's the smallest thing, like I got a paycheck today, or I got a coffee today. And maybe you don't normally get a coffee on the way, but today you did. Something came to you that you weren't expecting in the mail, or you got a letter, or like my daughter gets a postcard from her grandma who lives, on the other side of the country in Washington, D.C., Maryland. And she sends her a postcard, and it's something my daughter looks forward to, and it just makes her day, right? It's awesome. So find something you're grateful for. Write down the best part of your day. Maybe you had the crappiest day, but the best part of it was coming home and taking a hot shower and putting your feet up and having dinner, quiet dinner, and watching a movie. Even that's celebrating, right? That's something to celebrate about. Because the day's over. You can't have 2 bad days in a row. I really don't think you can. Maybe. I don't know. Write down positive things that happened and create your own task. So, there are a lot of amazing things, you guys, to be grateful for in our lives. And I know that, I know it can be really tough. It's 444 right now where I'm at. I love synchronicities. And speaking of synchronicities, that right there. So 4 is foundation. 2020 is actually a foundation year because it adds to 2020, adds to 4. 4 is a foundation number. And it's super important. look up the number 4 and what it symbolizes. It's pretty amazing, actually. And so it's building foundations, and this is a foundation year for us. And I think it really, really is for humanity a foundation year. Humanity's been kind of like a freaking teenager, you know, spoiled teenager, adolescent, and now all of a sudden things are just the apple cart's being tossed, and we're all being asked to really slow down and look at and reconsider the things that we thought were important in our foundations as humanity, as individuals, as local communities, and the world at large, I think. So that's just my take on it. So I'm going to open up the Gateway deck. This is brand new to me, as you just saw me open. And I was really drawn to it. This is by Denise Lynn. And let's see what it says. It says, Denise Lynn, the founder of the Gateway Dreaming Institute. Ooh, I love dreaming. Are the keys to unlocking the ancient wisdom within you. They reveal a wondrous realm where you'll discover what destiny has in store for you, and also learn how to give accurate, heartfelt readings to others. I love giving readings to others, and my friends will ask me for a reading, and sometimes they'll ask me to interpret cards that I've gifted them too, which is pretty awesome because right now with the social distancing, it's a way to connect with your friends. And it says, this deck and accompanying guidebook will help you interpret the signs all around you. Whew, there are signs all around us. We just don't always pay attention to the signs. Sometimes your guides are trying to tell you a message, and if you're not listening, the universe does not send you a sign like, you know, sometimes it's a billboard. Depends on what's on the billboard and if you're paying attention. But, you know, it's not going to send you somebody to your front door and be like, hey, the universe wants you to know that you should do this. You know, it's just not going to do that, right? But if you're tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to the energies and the positive energies that are around you in your life, and you're feeling the flow, you can really pick up on signs. And so earlier I said 444, right? So that's a synchronicity. Synchronicities are a sign, and they're not coincidences. I have a special sign with the universe that, and I'm not going to share what it is, but if you read Gabrielle Bernstein's book, The Universe Has Your Back, she talks about signs and what her sign is from the universe when she's looking for affirmations of whether she's going down the right path with what the universe wants her to do, right? And so I kind of have, not kind of, I do. I have, hold on, there's too many. I have the same. I made an agreement with the universe as to a sign that me and the universe that's our sign. And if I want an answer and I want the universe to tell me, yeah, you know what, you're doing the right thing, you stay on that path, keep doing that, then this sign comes through. And it's not a common sign to me. Like, for example, I love frogs and hummingbirds. So I don't pick frogs and hummingbirds because they're in my house, and I never know if that's really an affirmed sign or not. I'm going to take this one because it fell out and it's a single card. And so this sign is something that's pretty uncommon that I don't normally see around me every day. And so, and it's happened to where it's been playing on the sign has been in a song on the radio. And the weirdest thing is I'll be like talking to myself and the universe saying, hey, universe, you know, am I doing this right? Is this the right thing? Should I have done that? I'm not sure I should have done that. I really could use some, you know, an affirmation here. And if I don't get the sign and I don't get it at all after a certain amount of time, I realize that that's not what I should be doing. But oftentimes when it affirms me, It's crazy. I'll see a kid wearing my sign, or somebody else on a t-shirt. I'll see it just driving by. I'll see a decal on someone's car that matches that sign. And another thing is, if you've been seeing a lot of synchronicities, each synchronicity has its meaning. And if you really get into them, like, 111 is new beginnings. 999 is cycles are ending. 888 means money's coming your way. 444 means you're building foundations, and that you're working on foundations. 777 is luck's coming your way, and that's God's number, seven. So check out synchronicities. And no, 666 is not the devil's number. 666 actually is a pretty good number. It adds to 18, and 1 and 8 adds to 9. 9 is the highest level of change. I love the number 9. I love 9. In fact, I love numbers. I love numbers. I've always loved numbers, and I should play the lottery more often. I'm going to win the lottery someday. Embarking on an adventure. I savor the wonders of the world. Ooh, that's actually on my vision board. That I can't wait for Corona to be done. Because I'm going to travel all over the world, and that's something that I've put on my vision board. Actually, is to travel and where I'm going to be traveling, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. Life is awesome. So let's read that. Embarking on an adventure. All right. It says, quote is, I savor the wonders of the world. The card meaning is, new frontiers await you. You are entering a period of expansion and are also going beyond self-imposed limitations. You bet your butt I am. Even if you feel hesitant, this is the time to try something new and do things in a different way. You might even visit far off lands. I hope so. Step out of your comfort zone and into some fun. The universe wants you to know that there is a vast and wondrous vista just around the corner, but you'll never see it if you don't venture out. Adventure often entails risk, but without it, life can become lackluster and stagnant. Plan a trip. I actually have planned a trip. I'm not saying where yet because it's a surprise trip for my kids, and I have planned a trip. So I've got that coming up in the near future, and I'm super excited about that. Take some classes that push you out of your comfort zone. Experiment with new styles. Do the same things that you've always done, but in a new and different ways. Go beyond your boundaries and step out of character. And some questions that we can ask ourselves are, what is the best adventure for me to take at this time? That's a very good question, since we're dealing with a lot of different restrictions that we have no control over, right? What has kept me from seeking this in the past? Yes, our own limitations, our own fear keep us from maybe taking that leap, like the fool in the tarot deck. You got to just blindly sometimes take that leap of faith and just step forward into a new adventure. What future adventures do I desire? All great questions. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I love the Gateway deck. So that was the Gateway deck, one of the first cards by Denise Lynn. I will put it in the description box along with the My Soul Challenge. Again, let's see here, our affirmation of the day: I know and accept my true self. That's right. You know and accept your true self. You are awesome just the way you are. Don't let anybody tell you different, because you are. If we were all the same, what a boring world we'd be. We'd be like the Borg in Star Trek, people. It's better to be different. It's better to be unique. It's better. I'd rather engage my time with somebody that's different, and maybe somebody thinks they're a weirdo or whatever, but I don't. I think people are awesome just being different. And I think that that's what is so juicy about this world, right? Well, thank you so much for joining me today for the My Soul Challenge Week 13. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Let YouTube know that we have awesome content here. Thank you so much again. I am super grateful for people that join my channel and join in the positive energy revolution that we need today, and also with the My Soul Challenge. So thank you so much. Take care and have an awesome week. And I will catch up with you next week. Namaste.